Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the TEKS tool strip diagram, specifically equal groups. We are working with a problem related to TEKS 3.4K, and we'll do it in 5 minutes or less. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have a very simple setup here. Rosa has 84 beads. So if that's the number of beads that she has, then we have a total. She uses 6 beads to make each bracelet. All right, this one sentence gives us two different things. So the number of beads, that's going to be the number in each group. So number in each group. And then to make each bracelet. So that short little phrase right there lets us know that we're dealing with equal groups because each bracelet has the same number. And once we're dealing with equal groups, that means we're dealing with multiplication or division. If we have the total, which we do, that means we are going to be using division because we're looking for how many bracelets. So this would be the number of groups. So how can we represent this with a strip diagram? Well, we could say our total here is 84. We don't know how many groups to make. We do know that they are groups of 6. So we would draw 6 right there inside that little box. And then the question mark is going to go with the arrow all the way across to the end, showing that I don't know how many times 6 goes into 84. And my equation would be 84 divided by 6 equals my unknown. Now here's the problem. Actually calculating this because this is beyond our basic facts. So there are 3 different strategies that we could use. They're all going to get us the same answer. Okay. Probably the longest way and not the one I would recommend, but it works. It just offers opportunities to make mistakes, is repeated subtraction. Just like multiplication is repeated addition, division can be thought of as repeated subtraction. I'm going to take out groups of 6 until I'm done. I'm just going to count the groups of 6. So we're going to need to make sure we regroup all the time. That's going to be 78. This did not require any regrouping. So now I'm at 66, 60, and then I'm at, that's going to be 5, that's 54. See, I'm running out of room here. All right, so that's going to be 48. Okay, let me bring my 48 up here. Now I'm going to do 42, 36, and that's going to be 30, and that's going to be 24, running out of room again. And you see why I don't recommend this. It gets you the right answer, but if I messed up on any of these at all, then everything else after it would have been messed up. So unless you're really, really good at subtraction, I suggest you find a different method. All right, once we get down to 0, what we need to do is we need to count the number of 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, so I think that it's 14. And we can double check. We can say 14 times 6. If that gets us back to our 84, we're good. So 6 times 4 is 24. I'll do our standard algorithm. 6 times 1 is 6. Add the 2. All right, so 84 is what we wanted to get to, because remember that was our total, right? We could also do an area model, and we can break that 84 into numbers that work, like let's say 60 and 24. So 6 goes into 60 10 times, 6 goes into 24 4 times. 10 plus 4, that makes 14. Or we can start with 6 times 12, right? That might be the highest that we know, right? 6 times 12 is going to be 72. And we just add 6, 78, 84, and I added 2 more, and that would get us 6 times 12. You can start with your highest known fact and just add up. Either way, your answer is going to be 14.